our real edge is our proprietary genetics. We believe we've got the best genetic portfolio in the medicinal market, which will translate to the best precision medicine for patients.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me in the studio today, John Paul Doran. He is the CEO and founder of Crucial Innovations. JP, very good to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So for viewers new to the story, tell us more about Crucial Innovations and what you do.
Just to give you a general synopsis. So Crucial Innovations Corp, we are domiciled in the US, soon to be quoted on the OTC markets. The business is a vertically integrated medicinal cannabis company. Our core operations are located in South Africa. We have a fully functioning cultivation facility in the Free State, which is a couple of hours outside of Johannesburg. And we also have managed to secure an extended outgrow network, which allows us to accelerate in terms of output and the ability to deliver volume into our target jurisdictions. The ambition for the business is, to penetrate the European and the UK market predominantly. We wanted to ensure that we had the ability to go direct from seed to sale. So we also have an operating medicinal cannabis dispensary located here in the UK, which will allow us to service privately prescribing patients here in the UK market.
So with a focus on the UK and Europe and your growing operations in South Africa, why are you looking to trade your shares in the US?
We see huge growth potential, certainly looking at the US markets. The OTC has been a great venue for companies that are like Curaleaf. We want to utilize the OTC markets to galvanize income and investment into the company. We have an aggressive acquisition pipeline, and certainly looking at how conducive the US markets are to cannabis as opposed to the UK markets, which I think we've seen 4 or 5 listings in the UK, but none are really taken off. I think for us, we have a company that is centered around performance, inclusive of revenue, and certainly I think with our projections, we'll gain a lot of traction in the US markets, and the OTC is a great stepping stone, and the ultimate ambition, of course, is to transition onto the NASDAQ.
What sort of time frame are you looking at for that OTC trade?
I think we'll be trading on the OTC QB towards the middle of April, potentially the back end of April, and then for us it's complying with regulatory requirements to allow for an uplisting onto the OTC QX, which of course is the most widely recognised and has the most liquidity of the runs on the OTC.
So maybe taking a step back, JP, why medical cannabis, and take us through that seed to sale model?
It's a good question. I've had a deep affinity with cannabis. Family and friends have utilised cannabis for medicinal purposes throughout my childhood, and we got the opportunity to enter the space, and I see huge value from a fiscal standpoint, but also from a humanitarian standpoint. I think we have the ability to change millions of people's lives through prescribing alternative medicine, and I think it's becoming increasingly accepted. It's not that taboo subject that it once was. People see huge benefits, and certainly for us, we believe we have done the heavy lifting. We've been rigorous in our approach in terms of the construction of the company. We're formulated on solid foundations. We've identified clear route to market, and our underlying USP and the rationale behind South Africa is, low cost of production. But actually, for us, we want to be a driver of consistent quality. That's what we want to be renowned for, and certainly I'm excited for that to become a premonition that comes to fruition.
And of course, South Africa has also followed the routes of Canada and the United States in accepting medicinal cannabis, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I think South Africa, for me, is right at the forefront of the industry. Their policymakers are forward-thinking, and actually, there's a real culture, a real cannabis culture there, and that really stood out to us when we were, identifying a region where we, would have our cultivation assets, and I've been pleasantly surprised, week in, week out with, the progressive nature of, the cultivation specialists in South Africa and their real pursuit of excellence. We've identified, and it's taken, a number of months to identify the best-in-class talent in South Africa. We've aligned ourselves with, the best operators. We want to create a model where, cultivators are rewarded for their craft and their passion, and we are facilitating bringing the best quality medicine into our target jurisdictions, the UK and the European market.
You mentioned aggressive acquisition strategy. Tell us what prospective investors in the company can look forward to.
So for us, it was initially creating a solidified concept. And what I mean by that is, in the cannabis space, we've seen, a lot of overzealous expenditure, overinflated valuations, and actually we wanted to formulate a company that was centered around real substance. For us, our real edge is our proprietary genetics. We believe we've got the best genetic portfolio in the medicinal market, which will translate to the best precision medicine for patients. Looking at, evolving and creating value for investors, we've identified that we want to, acquire, other operators that are similar minded, operating with a high level of efficiency, and that can actually add on two fronts, increasing the net asset value of Crucial Innovations Corp, driving revenue, but also, increasing human capital, giving us the ability to operate seamlessly from a cultivation standpoint, from an operational standpoint, and really just driving, targets. And, we look at a number of metrics to ensure that we're on track as a business, whether it's, ensuring our COGS are as efficient as possible, and, making sure that margins are in place to make sure that we're accelerating from a profit standpoint. And also ultimately, we really want to be ensuring that our EPS ratio is as aggressive as possible.
Well, JP, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress on all of those fronts, but thank you very much for the introduction today.
No, thank you.
That's John Paul Doran. He's the CEO and founder of Crucial Innovations Corp.